Is there a lovelier way to spend a rainy morning than pounding spices for your favorite Peranakan dishes? I can think of 10,000 others, and sleep is on the top of the list. From the age of 4 to 12, these are my childhood memories. Pounding spices, cutting shallots, plucking vegetables, even cleaning crabs. There's practically nothing I didn't do in the kitchen. Therefore, even I myself am surprised. In the end, I chose to be a chef. At one point in my life, I actually thought that I would never be doing any of these again. So, why am I doing it? Well, to start off, I'm a Kitchen Sadomasochist. Maybe years of early training has ingrained it into my very being. Which means that if there's pain in the kitchen, I'm all for it. But even I have outgrown this. Well, mostly. Much as I like the excruciatingly laborious but strangely therapeutic prep work of most Peranakan dishes, we live in the 21st century, and there are lots of processes that can be sped up or simplified. So when we're not slaving in the kitchen, like I did when I was 5 years old, we have more time to devote to other things, like cleaning, planning, decorating, raising children, or just sleeping. So in this episode, I'll be showcasing some convenient ways that we can work through Peranakan cuisine. Of course, some of the most difficult time-consuming techniques cannot be avoided. Like they say, if you desire Keluak, you are a slave to Keluak. There is a trio of weapons that I know of that you can use to crack these open. You can either use this, or this, and this. Now, the one thing we all need to know about Keluak is that in its natural form, it is actually poisonous, which explains its dusty, dirty, hard exterior because it has to go through some kind of ash and fire process that neutralizes the poison. So for Keluak to be used as any food ingredient, the 3 days wash and soak process is actually non-negotiable. My late godmother, a true blue Peranakan from the east coast of Malaysia, used to love this dish, but even she would begrudgingly make it because for her it's just too difficult in the 70s, and 60s, and 50s. I think at the very least, proper use have to be made to an ingredient a food-mad bunch like the Peranakans would consider to be their caviar. It's an acquired taste, no doubt, but for a foodie who's worth his salt, you got to at least know what it tastes like. And what better way to be acquainted with that taste than to make it yourself? Now, rempah or spice paste is such a cornerstone of Peranakan cuisine that if you're the sort who doesn't like to clean, peel, cut or generally deal with spices, then I'm afraid you're not going to find joy in the Peranakan kitchen. As a veteran spice pounder, especially one who's got chilies and onions splattered into his eyes from his single-digit years, take it from me when I tell you this is the kind of pride you wear on your sleeves throughout your life. Some people might find it sad that the pestle and mortar has become a disused relic in the modern kitchen. But my take on the matter is that an electric food blender is absolutely stupendous. Well, nostalgia aside, we all need to move on with the times. Also, the less time you spend pounding spices, the more time you have for other things, such as listening to the wonderful music of rempah sizzling in the pot. Like most heavily spiced Peranakan stews, Ayam Buah Keluak actually keeps very well even in the tropics because there's no coconut milk in it. In fact, it is one of those dishes that keeps getting better as days go by, and each time you boil it again, the flavour actually intensifies. And given the trouble it takes to prepare this dish, I don't think people would just have it for one meal, or make enough just for one meal. Pounding spices for Babi Pongteh is still by and far a very manageable affair because there aren't as many spices involved in this dish. What sets the dish apart from Hokkien Kongba is that it's got fermented beans or daojiu in its spice blend, and the spices are pounded instead of just rendered in blocks. Its aroma and flavour is thus rich and distinctive. And I used to make this dish very infrequently because in the past we will also use sugarcane in the stew, which in the Chinese cultural calendar is only available after the 9th day of the Lunar New Year because it was used for prayers to heaven. After that, you almost always cannot find sugarcane in the market. Definitely, gone are the days where you can just go to your own backyard or your neighbours and just hack down sugarcane because you want to make Babi Pongteh. The cuts of pork I like for my Pongteh are actually leg and belly, because I like to have a good mix of meaty and fatty cuts in the dish. This is also a dish that's meant to be simmered and relished for days. Potatoes, mushrooms, and bamboo shoots are all ingredients that can simmer well, so this dish definitely has staying power. Like Hokkien Kongba, when making Babi Pongteh, you do not want to stinge on lousy soy sauce. In essence, soya sauce is actually the soul of this dish.
Oh boy, there's actually so much more I need to tell you about Peranakan cooking, and also my spice pounding days. But I guess we'll have to leave that for the next episode.